Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Ingrid. To all my subscribers, you guys pardon me for posting this video a little bit later this month. I've been traveling. It is my birthday month. I've been on the road seeing friends, seeing family. And so I truly appreciate your time and your patience then. And I do hope that one day actually I can share with you my experience as I travel from West Coast to East Coast. That was interesting. So that being said, this video is really about how I prep for the heat wave because where I live, the area is prone to heat waves. And to be honest with you, the weather is getting more and more unpredictable since last year. Around here, we seem to be getting the worst of all seasons. Now, if it's winter, we are getting the snow that we've never seen before. If it is summer, we are getting these heat waves worse than before. We have temperatures above 100 degrees for an extended period of time. For weeks, evenings are above 100 degrees sometimes because cooling down is very difficult. It doesn't cool down that fast. So I've been noticing dead animals, especially birds. We have pigeons around where I am. And so I've been seeing most of them just dropping dead every other day. And I believe it's due to this heat wave. And so you guys planning as into what to do during this heat wave is becoming a priority, to be honest with you. And it should be everyone who's doing this, in my opinion. Because according to the CDC, the report is clear that heat waves are basically killing a lot more people. And for the past 2 days, not 2 days, but for the past 2 years, I'm thinking they've been doing more damage than they've done in the past years. So you guys go ahead and plan accordingly for you and for your family. And so a quick disclaimer here, you guys, I am no expert. I am just sharing with you what I've personally done to help me and my family and make sure that we have a plan as into what to do during these unpredictable weathers. And so that being said, there is so much room for improvement here, you guys. You have no idea. I do have challenges. I live in an older home. It was built in the 80s. It was not built to withstand the volatility of these extreme temperatures. I have a swamp cooler. Most homes around me have swamp coolers. That means that the moment the temperatures are above 100 degrees, that thing is not working. You need to have a backup system. And that all needs money, right? We all need money to improve our livelihood. And it is more challenging now because things are going higher and higher in price. And trying to do that, it is a challenge. And so the very first thing that I do, though, for me before summer starts is to make sure that my swamp cooler is working accordingly. So I change the pads, those filters. I make sure that they changed. I have someone who check it out and make sure that it is working accordingly, a professional who knows what they're doing, and they make sure that it's working accordingly because it is a little bit older, and so things start to rust out and things need to be changed more often, and I need to make sure it's working accordingly. Another thing that I do is to not go outdoors, outdoor activities such as hiking. And those we end doing them in spring, early spring. We like to hike, right? But during summer that is not possible because of the temperatures are just way too high. And so I just make sure that I limit going outdoors, anything that has to do with outdoor activities. If we have to drive somewhere, if we have to do something, I have that screen, that reflective cover for my windshield, and I make sure I put that and I park the car under the shade. I have to make sure I find a shade because it is absolutely unbearable to come back to the car after you just left it there on that direct heat, right? So you cannot even hold your steering wheel. You have to make sure that you cool it down, and it takes time to cool down. And so I just keep my car in the garage. When I use it, I make sure I park it on under the shaded area. And that is very important. By the way, you guys don't leave pets and children in your vehicle during any time. Just don't get used to do that. A lot of people have this that problem of leaving animals and children in the vehicles. That is just painful way of dying for anyone. And so that being said, to move on here, another thing that I do is to make sure that, of course, I have covers for my windows. Now, I have blinds that are very good in reflecting the heat on most of the windows. It is just my windows in my bedroom that do not have that. And so what I do is I have these whiteboards. I just got them at Walmart under the supplies or craft area. I don't remember, but they're about 33 cents each. And so I just tape them together and I put them put them under my window and tape it together. This is what they look like. I put the glossy part of it facing the outside, and that way it reflects the heat even more better. So this is the end product, what it looks like, because I do have covers for my windows. It's just they absorb heat, they're not reflecting heat. So I just put those white boards. They're not really nice looking, they're a little bit tacky. So I'm hoping that I can find something better in the long run. But meanwhile, while I'm still looking at what is better, then they're going to be there till I do that. So they're working pretty good for now. It's just I cannot look outside, right? And then next thing I do is to have a portable cooler. Now, I had this last year. I got it last year. I love this thing. It is the one that is helping me when the temperatures are going above 90 degrees, and my swamp cooler is starting to have problems. It cools the home, right? You can see them. And I just go ahead and put in ice water because, again, I want it to cool. So I put ice water in there. In that way, it cools the place even better. And then it has settings. The speed, I can raise the speed of that. And so it has everything. I mean, it has, it can purify the air. It has heater. I used it a lot on my last winter. It was very helpful. It just, the heat uses a lot of power, a lot of electricity, but cooling is pretty good. It works pretty well. The only thing I need to do is just clean the filter, and then I'm good to go. I love this thing. I will recommend it to anyone. And so another thing that I do is to make sure that my freezer is always full of ice water. Okay, and so I have water bottles, bottled water. I fill the fridge with those. I fill anything that can be used for water, even Ziplocs. I put water in there and I put it in a freezer. So this time around, I just bought groceries. Now, I tried not to buy too much frozen stuff during summer, and that way I don't have any issues when the power goes off. I do have water in the fridge also that is always cool, because it's important that when the power goes off, I know what to do, right? Because so that's where the issue is. Now, personally, I did not have the issue with the power last year. No, this year I haven't lost any power. But neighboring counties, some people lost power there. And I remember just thinking, what on earth will I do with this type of heat? What will I have to do to cool my home? But I do have this power bank, and it's pretty good. It is about 280 kilowatt hours. So I connected with my portable cooler that is big. It will last me about 6 hours to deplete the whole thing. Now, I don't want to do that. And so I just prefer to use those portable fans, one for me, one for my daughter, and one for my son. And we can recharge those very easily. They're not taking much power at all, and they work brilliantly. I love those things. Just put in ice water into your towel and put it on your head, and then just use this, and you're cool. If that doesn't work, I mean, you guys, you have to do something. I do have a vehicle that I go into, and I can cool. It has an AC. So usually, if maybe we depleted the power bank in there, we can go charge it. I have what do you call it? I have a solar panel that I can use to charge that with, and I could be calling myself somewhere else in a vehicle. If it gets really bad, I can go to these areas around my home. I have to make sure that I don't do more than 5 minutes drive to either the hospital, either the grocery area, where there is backup power system that can help cool the place. So I will do that, and I have a list of them just in case one is full or one has more people and they're blocking me or blocking my kids or whatever. We have a plan as into what to do. So I do recommend that everyone honestly think about this, consider this as into what to do when this happens, because again, our temperatures are getting more and more unpredictable. So you guys go ahead and give me a feedback on this and let me know if something, how I can improve and what I can do. But I do know that there's so much room for improvement, and especially for the power bank. I need a little bit more there to keep me going. I will go ahead and just probably let you know, because I've never had to experience that losing power during the heat wave. I've never actually experienced losing power. I'm spoiled that way. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead and stay tuned for the next video.